Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time. This is episode 82, streaming live. Yes, I said 82. Streaming live, 9 p.m. Eastern, New York time, on Twitch and YouTube. You can also listen to us if you don't want to actually see these lovely faces. You can check us out on podcasts. And if you're new to the show, congratulations. You just found the new best thing in your life. The only sad part is you've missed 81 wonderful episodes, but you can catch the next 81. And one recent listener actually said Tifosi Time is officially the own goal of podcasts. So welcome aboard. Like, subscribe, and welcome to the family. Say hello, fellas.
Hi.
Hey. Really quickly to add to that, well, two things. One, I apologize for my voice if I'm a little nasally, a little cold. But two, we actually added a new member to the Tifosi team this week. So congrats to our producer, Dom. Little Violet was born on the 6th. Yeah. I already created her a YouTube account. So we already have another follower on Twitch and YouTube. So
nice. I love it. See, so we just got to keep having people in the family pop out kids, and we'll be at 10 subscribers in no time.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yes, congrats to the producer and the wife of the producer.
I believe he's currently holding the baby as he produces this show.
And he's on mute. So focus on holding the baby. Don't drop her. And we'll take it from here. Let the talent take over, as they say. All right. So, guys, interesting week in Serie A. I don't know what we decided we're going to talk about first. So do you guys want
those pre-production meetings, man? So
I missed the pre-production meeting to those that are just joining the show. So someone tell me where we're going first.
You want to go with Inter first? Inter was the first.
Let's go Inter first. Sure.
Let's go to the Inter game. Because Inter won 2-0 against Verona, and this is coming off of their win against Juventus that they didn't really deserve, but they're back on track now with 2 wins in a row and are climbing and getting closer to the top with everything
let's
that
say
we fear.
I told you guys.
One win and one steal. Huh? Let's see.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? What's he saying?
1 win and 1 steal. The Juventus game, yeah. So nice graphics, by the way. I feel like whoever amped this up, who did this, it's good.
Listen, I got shit last week from the producer. He's saying I can't read this. I don't know what's going on, so it was changed.
Oh, it's good. Did you match the colors of the game on purpose? The Inter and the
come on, man.
Oh, I thought I was going to give you too much credit.
Going back to the game, how Daddy just said they stole Juventus. That's true, obviously, but they deserve to win this game, right?
And not to talk Torino, too.
Torino, what are you talking about?
Torino, where the penalty they didn't call it.
Okay, he's going way back.
Premise that I think though Milan doesn't score lately, but they should have about 10 points more than everybody else.
Look,
what happened to that?
Fact of the matter is, we hate Inter. But what you guys said is exactly right. Like that Juventus lucky win, the steal, whatever we want to call it. Now they back it up with a win here. All the other teams stumble, and they're right back on track. I hate to say it, to jump back in the first place with the way Milan and Napoli are playing.
Another thing is, to see the strength of this Inter Milano team. It's they won Bologna. They have to make up the game with Bologna. And they tried to get a 3-0 without to play. Come on. You're strong. You want to be a champion and play the game.
Look, the fact of the matter is right now they have 1 game less, right? And if they win that game, they're in first place.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean they can't lose. How many games are left now? 9? How many weeks are left?
6.
No, 6.
6 only? We went from 11 to 6 pretty damn quick.
They have 7. They have 7, and everybody else has 6.
So who has something to say about this game? How?
So, for this game, I don't know if you guys watched it. I watched it. Verona was very disappointing. They did not play well. They had a lot of unforced turnovers that gave Inter a short field. On the first goal that they had, it was a turnover. Perisic just dribbled all the way down the side of the field. Nobody pressuring. It was not a good performance from Verona, I think Handanovic had to make one save from from Simeone's shot on a given goal from Cagliari. That's it.
Barella's goal though, that was nice.
Yeah, I know, but Perisic was able to just go down the field off of the turnover and nobody pressuring and do whatever they wanted. And
hey,
Putin is in the chat. But
I know
it was a good performance.
Yeah, and I know that's disappointing because I know Verona is one of those teams that we kind of always think have the chance to outperform and maybe upset a big team, and I guess they didn't really give it a good effort this week, right?
No, it wasn't a good game.
I saw about Verona. I say, besides the fact that they play good just when they play against the Juventus. Besides that,
they give a lot of teams trouble.
They give a lot of, but then they had the one player miss, Barak.
Yeah, he's been out a while, right?
It's enough to have one, the star player, not to play. Plus, Caprari didn't do nothing at all.
Yeah, Bessa is not on the same level as Barak. Yeah. They missed him.
So, I think they could do 1-1 once with some guy, Simeone in front of.
That's what I said. Caprari and him they
could have stayed 1-1, and that's. You think it would have changed? I
think from Inter, I mean, you saw Lautaro was benched. He didn't play this game, and they played a little better. I have to admit. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Lautaro.
Even Correa
didn't do much either. But
hey, I read today. This is off topic. I read today that Alexei Sanchez is their highest paid player.
He makes tons of money. That
is disgusting.
Didn't they get him free? That's why though.
Yeah, but that's disgusting.
Same scenario as Juventus, though, right? They got him free, so they had to pay him too much.
Yeah. I like Sanchez. He's not worth that money, but I like him. I think he's a good player.
He's not a bad player. I don't think he should be your number one paid player, how old he is. But, I mean, look, I think we were all hoping that Inter collapsed and they weren't going to be seen again at the top. And honestly, they probably have no business being back to the top, except the teams they were chasing have been worse than them.
Right.
Well, that's the problem. No one wants to win.
It was the part is that Napoli lost to Fiorentina, and Milan tie with Torino. Mm-hmm. That's the worst part. Now,
listen, it goes back. I hate to say it now, and I know we're on Inter, but it goes back to that game with Juventus last week. Now that's stealing that tie where Juventus should have really won. If you knew this week was going to happen with the results, and instead of Inter winning that game, Juventus would have won, it would have been a 4-team race for first place.
Yeah, it would have been.
Juventus would be what, 2 points behind?
2 points behind Milan.
Yeah.
And before Inter.
It sucks, but I don't know. What are you going to do?
It is what it is. We've played bad enough all year, Juventus, where it's it's. But the point is, I think what you guys just said, nobody wants to win this. Like if Inter wins this, if they crawl to the end, you got to give them, I guess, credit for crawling to the end. But
but with how bad their middle of the season's been too, it's I don't even feel like they deserve it either.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think any of these teams.
I still think Inter is in decline.
I think they hit their worst part. I think now
it's in decline. It's still, I don't like. I like Spalletti, right? But I didn't like the interview he did. He say it's look like it seems like sentence. With the loss they had. You coach, you don't say that.
No.
You say we play until to the end. We're gonna do.
The only good news is if Inter wins, I don't mind Inzaghi winning. I don't mind Gosens winning. Even though he didn't play this year.
He played.
Zero part. He played the most, actually, this game. He came in a little bit earlier than usual.
Perisic, I'm trying to look at a bright spot of Inter potentially winning. There is none for me, obviously. So,
yeah, well, there's none for any of us. Perisic had 2 assists. They're working on his contract extension. They're saying it's more likely that he's going to sign with Inter than anywhere else, which I guess is he's been very good for them.
Oh.
Perisic.
Yeah, Perisic played well.
Yeah, he's played really well.
He's played good this year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Last year, as bad as he played that good this year. I feel like he's been one of their most consistent players.
Yeah, they put the Devray back in. He's been a little banged up and not playing good. They gave Bastoni a rest. And DeMarco, I know Çalhanoğlu is very good at free kicks, but I would have DeMarco take every free kick, and they don't. they make Cianoglu take some of them, and I hate when they do that.
That's what you call a seniority.
I know, I hate that. You don't deserve it. You're not as good as the other guy. Don't be a man and step aside.
Yo, yeah, like Juventus told Ronaldo to go away.
I didn't say they did it right either.
I know.
If nothing else, we're consistent.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good win for Inter because that was not a game that you thought, that game could have ended up in any way. It's
especially with the Juventus game, right? Like they didn't play well. They stole one. It could have been a bit of a trap game.
But you see, you sometimes, I mean, we cannot think about the past. But if you think about Dzeko should have gone to Juventus before Inter.
Would you want him? You would want Dzeko, right?
We have now. I have a Vlahovic, but if we had him before the first half, we would have a lot of goals.
What are you saying? As opposed to Moise Kean? Yeah, fine.
Okay, again,
fine, sure.
Don't name that guy.
He's still on the team.
Anyway, let's go to a different game. Let's go to the. I don't know. You want to go to the Milan game?
Sure.
Milan versus Torino. 0-0 draw. I don't know if our producer's there. He might be busy, but he'll flip the screen whenever he gets a chance. 0-0 draw. For me, I liked the way Torino played in this game. I especially their second half. I thought that they tried to control the ball. They tried to go forward. If they had a striker who could actually finish, Belotti had the one ball over the top where he trapped it. He does the trap. He does the hard part, and then he can't even shoot on net. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Torino, I give you some credit to the coach.
So thank you, because that's what I've been saying the whole time. Torino has the same roster that almost got relegated last year.
I told you that. What are you talking about? I said he should be coach of the year. You guys laughed at me.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't saying coach of the year. Yeah. I'm saying I'm giving him credit where Juric has made that team fun to watch. They're competitive every game, and he's gotten more out of the same players.
And they found what's Bremer, one of the best.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Bremer blocks every shot. The guy's insane.
But look, okay, Bremer's very good, right? But look what they're getting out of Brekalo. Right,
Brekalo's not a bad player though.
Brekalo's good, but you think if he was Allegri was his coach, you'd be getting the same thing. He'd be Special K. He'd be Kovalevsky, right? Like, let's get real.
Say his name?
I don't know how to say his name. I don't have to worry about it anymore. He's on Tottenham.
No, but that's my point though. If they had a striker who, and I don't even think Belotti played terrible yesterday, but he can't score like a striker that you need, and that's why they don't get the 3 points.
By the way, there was a penalty in favor of Milan. With the Hernandez, that's a penalty. They talk about shoulder to shoulder. I didn't see no shoulder to shoulder. I see punch on the back when he throws Hernandez on the floor. I didn't see it, but
So you're saying that Milan should have got a penalty?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could have.
It wasn't a shoulder to shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I just think in a league and more leagues that you get a lot of mediocre coaching and mediocre play from teams. We have to take time to give credit to the Juriches, to Sassuolos, to the teams that actually play good. Like I hope that's one of the team games we're talking about. To me, it's the best game of the week was Sassuolo game. It was entertaining.
I didn't make a card for that one, but we can talk about it.
I wasn't disappointed. Fiorentina played beautiful, but I was disappointed in Napoli.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but Fiorentina has been good. Anyway, we're still on Milan here, but I'm saying like Juric, he gets a lot out of the team, like except for Bremer, right? Like, and Brekalo, who's worthy of something. Like, do they have Singo's good? Right? How many players? You can't say like, they have all 11 that are great. Take them all.
They have even Sanabria. Sanabria's good.
It's not even the play, but they have a concept.
They have a concept. That's what I'm saying. That raises the level.
Pobega played really good too.
But I think it's to Dan's point. They have a concept. They have a team play that makes everyone raise their level. Right? You get the most out of their players. Not okay. We're gonna get the worst out of everybody.
And don't forget, in Torino didn't play Mandragora.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that means they are a nice team.
Yeah, I've been a fan of them all season, and they continue to impress. They probably should have more points. To be fair, if they could win some away matches, they would have way more points. From a Milan side, they still have Kalulu and Tomori back in the middle. Another
Tomori
shutout.
saved them a couple times.
Did he get hurt or no?
He got hurt at the end of the game, and but on that Belotti shot, I think he blocked the shot.
Yep.
Calabria had a chance. Magnan is always in the right position. You don't even have to see him make crazy saves because he's always in the right spot. And his body's so big, he just gets in front of it, and it just looks effortless because he's just huge and always in the right spot.
Well, let's get real though. I mean, Milan fell when Leao started to fall a little bit because when Leao was in top form and just like creating havoc for 90 minutes, like they were playing a lot better. They were a lot more dangerous. Then he fell a little bit. Hernandez fell, and you got a team
and they don't have Zlatan for most of the season.
Yeah, but they didn't really have him when they were playing well either.
No, but when he does play though, he changes the game. Yeah.
And they lost Kyer.
Yeah.
Kyer's who's training again. He should be back hopefully soon.
And that was Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Which Ibrahimovic, they offer him another year contract. They dropped his salary from 7.5 to 2.5.
Did he say yes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He's
good.
gonna say yes.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, he's gonna. I think he's
Yeah,
gonna play.
He's injured all the time.
That's surprising though.
2.5 is not a bad deal though. If you can get him to play half the games.
If he can play 14 games, 15 games at $2.5 million, you take that.
100%.
Right
If he plays
away,
20, if he plays 20, you made a deal.
Mm-hmm. But dropping points, 0-0. I was the only one who picked a tie on this. I think you guys all picked. Milan, or no one picked a draw.
I think I picked tie.
No, I'm the only one who picked a draw.
I might have picked Torino.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the only one who got this correct. Dropping points, and now their lead is a little less.
I mean Milan's coughing it up, right? I mean, let's face it, they caught up to Inter, they overtook them, and then they just cough it back up. It's like ridiculous. Like no team wants to win this.
And you can't win if you don't score goals. That's 2 games in a row they got shut out. So it has to.
Yeah, who did they get shut out by last time?
Bologna tied them 0-0. So they need to start scoring again.
Diaz has been
but it's not playing well in the Milan. I think the problem is Brahim.
Yeah, Diaz. He started off strong in the beginning of the season, but he hasn't done much.
Later, as a matter of fact, 1 or 2 games they won because he put Benacer, Tonali, and
Kessie. All 3 of them.
So
Benacer wasn't available this game, so he could play.
Brahim he's not doing
it's no guarantee that Milan keeps Diaz. He's still Real Madrid's property, I'm pretty sure. So
if he plays like this, I wouldn't. He's expensive.
Yeah. So he's not a guarantee to be on their team. Do you want to go to the other game, the Fiorentina Napoli, the one that you guys were talking? You tried to allude to before, because this was an upset in some people's eyes. 3-2 Fiorentina win over Napoli. Thoughts on this game? Whoever wants to kick it off?
Hey, Zanoli, the fullback is good, huh?
Napoli fullback. Yeah, he's played well. He's started the last 2 games. He holds his own. He doesn't thrill you. He doesn't do crazy things. Yeah, he's one that you keep an eye on for maybe a possible national team in the future.
Maybe it doesn't go because there is that guy De Lorenzo that blocked him.
Yeah, you can never have too many fullbacks.
Well, he's saying maybe he won't get to play because you put De Lorenzo in front of him. He won't get to play on Napoli.
We'll give him Sandro if they want.
Yeah, Sandro. Listen, I want the guy. I want the guy that Rome got.
I was going to mention him later.
Zalewski, the guy that I said the first game that I saw him, I was impressed with him. I think that guy's a steal.
Anyway, back to this game. If our producer can make the screen a little bigger, because I can't read anything on there. I think Fiorentina, what I want to say about them, they're 3 goal scorers: Gonzalez, Icone, and Cabral. They bought them all this year. All 3 of them. All 3 of them score.
Icone's been good consistently.
Icone's so good.
Yeah.
He's going to be so good. They make moves. Yes, they had to sell Chiesa, they had to sell Vlahovic, but they're buying the right people.
I like Gonzalez.
Gonzalez is so good. They have really good wings on that team.
I was going to say that, Dan. Like, yeah, they're selling players, but at least it looks like they're bringing in players that are going to help and like add value and stuff. You know,
They played a good game. Saponara, what's his name? Castroville.
Amrabat's starting to play again. He started the last few games. He's playing good.
The 19 they play us for Coppa Italia.
Listen, Juventus better show up for that game because I could see Fiorentina scoring, winning 2-0 and advancing to the finals easily.
Fiorentina probably play their starters. Juventus will probably play some backups.
Yeah, but Fiorentina is good.
Fiorentina is very good.
But by Juventus, they don't make it play the other team well. You know what I mean?
Fiorentina has a good coach, like we said. Even he's making Igor into like a solid defender.
Well, Igor is a player.
He's huge. He's strong. He's been around for a while, but this season, especially lately, he's been
good.
Very strong. I know that Osman beat him on the header for that goal to cut it to 3-2.
That's I think the mistake he did.
Yeah, I mean, Osman's huge and fast. You're not going to be perfect against them.
This is another example of a coach effect, right?
Yeah.
Italiano's had a huge effect on Fiorentina. Last year, we picked, a lot of us, you guys picked, and I followed along stupidly. You were like, oh, the surprise team is going to be Fiorentina, and they were a disaster. They were horrible.
Yeah,
and then
coaching.
You bring
they had 3 coaches last year.
3 coaches last year. Then you with Vlahovic, by the way. Then you bring in Italiano.
Yeah.
And the teams, so the coach again makes a huge difference.
Italiano, he made Spencer play goal.
Yeah.
I told you for Juventus's next coach, I said there's 2 guys I want: Italiano or Dionisi.
Well, so here's the thing:
one of those 2 would be good.
Italiano, his next step is one of the big 3 clubs.
I don't see too much Dionisi.
Me either. I agree with you on Italiano.
You know why I don't see too much Dionisi? Because in a way, it's a solo play like tic-tac, like a pass.
I don't think they play.
Juventus doesn't have that kind of player.
Well, no,
to play the game.
But I don't think they play TikTok. TikTok to me, when I hear TikTok, I think a bunch of passes that go nowhere. That's
Barcelona a few years ago.
Yeah, that's not how Sassuolo plays. Sassuolo plays almost like Adelan played with Gasparini. Yeah. They just give up a lot of goals. So you could say it's not winning soccer to win championships, maybe, but they play really well. Like they don't just hang the ball and go nowhere.
Yeah, but he's right. I mean, if I had a choice between Italiano and Dionisi, I'm going to pick Italiano, and he's going to be either Inter, Milan, or Juventus is his next job. He's not going anywhere else.
I think he's going to get a big job. I think Dionisi will. He'll probably end up on like a Roma Lazio, so he'll end up being fired 12 times.
And Juric.
Or Juric. Yeah, so I was going to say, I think Juric is going to get a big team too. No, I don't know about this year, right? Because they just got to their team.
No, I think you'd be silly to leave Fiorentina already. You want to build something.
Yeah.
And you don't want a reputation of a guy who's going to go 1 year, go to another team, 1 year, go to another team. So he's going to stay a little bit. And he's got an owner who's willing to spend a little bit of money.
Yeah.
He brings in players. He's not, they're trying to do stuff. So why would you not want to stay there?
In a way, it's a good spot to be for an Italiano because they're willing to invest, so they have resources, but they don't have the top pressure of the big teams, right? So it's not like he can actually go there, build something, get some reinforcements when they need it. And as opposed to going to like a Juventus or Milan, you play bad, you lose, the first half, they fire you.
Yeah, but Juventus has to think before you think Italiano, Juventus has to think to fix the midfield.
Well, that just goes without said. But again, we're just talking about the effect of a coach.
No, but without midfield, you don't do nothing, Frank.
100%. Different aspirations, Juventus. But I'm just saying, Torino is a good example, and Fiorentina. The same pretty much teams that are doing way better with better coaches.
But if you don't have the player that can play the game, you cannot do anything. No matter how you have God does the coach.
But that's fine. You're saying anything as in Juventus, win the Champions League, win Serie A. But when you look at this midfield or you look at Torino's midfield, they don't have 3 champions.
I was just gonna say, like, look at who they started. They're solid players, but come on,
They have Amrabat and Duncan and Castrovilli.
Yeah, like, come on.
Right now, you know what I said?
Midfield over Juventus in midfield, by the way.
Me too.
I said Juventus, Locatelli and Zaccaria. That's it.
Locatelli and
The
Zaccaria.
rest they have to go.
Yeah, we all agree with you there.
Yeah,
Well,
you have to go. You have to get a full good.
But let me change the question for you real quick, right? We're all saying that, but do you agree that even with good midfielders, do you think Allegri is going to get the most out of them?
No, my Allegri is temporary. I think it's
5 years.
5 years is temporary.
another year they give. If you are listen, he can say, "I didn't do the team. I didn't know the player." All right. So next year they're going to give it what he wants. Already in January they bought Flowers and Zaccaria. So next year maybe they buy another 2 he wants. If you don't do well or he play the way, get out of here. Oh, get out of here.
All right, so it looks like we've made the transition to Juventus. Let's just say that Napoli loses 3 points. You know, they get 0 for this week, and they are. It's the same thing that happened a few years ago, if you remember, when Juventus won, and when they beat Juventus, and then came the next game against Fiorentina and lost 3-0 when Simeone had like a hat trick or whatever, and that ruined Napoli's season. Remember?
Was that last year?
No, that was not last year. That was like 3 years ago.
Well, the thing is with Napoli, right? This is the criticism we gave them at the beginning of the year when we all had our show and said, "Oh, why we don't really like Juventus' roster? Why are we big on them?" Because these other teams don't show it in their DNA. They don't know how to even close a championship out. They find ways to lose it. That's what these teams do. And this is a perfect example. Napoli should have won the championship this year with how they were playing. And
if you don't win it this year, when are you going to win it? Like,
when are you going to win it? When are you going to win it?
And Fiorentina has their number. I mean, they beat them twice this year at Naples, you know, in the Coppa Italia and now this week.
You know, one show tonight, I saw one show TikTok. Some Napolitano, journalist, media Napolitano, he said Spalletti made a lot mistake on this with Fiorentina. He criticized Ruiz and Zielinski. I mean, how you criticize Ruiz and Zielinski? If they play all the time, Ruiz and Zielinski.
Yeah, you can't just pick up one game.
Zielinski hasn't played well for a while now.
Because the other team played better, but you cannot criticize them. Say they have to sell, they have to change everything. How? Napoli wants to play the best game. And now all of a sudden they're not good.
Listen, Napoli's in danger of coming in 4th now.
Yeah, you know.
Let's be real.
That'd be crazy.
Let's be real. I mean, would you put it impossible at this point? I wouldn't. They have a hard schedule.
Cabral's goal, by the way, was a very nice finish. You can see why they bought him. You know, the guy, he seems to know how to score. That was a nice far post shot. He's just, like I said, another guy to keep an eye on. They have a lot of talent on Fiorentina. A lot of talent, even losing Vlahovic.
That's to go with but that's to go with the game they play.
Again, I agree with that because I think they have players. They have skilled players. They have no like Badone who don't know how to like kick the ball, right? Like they're all decent, but I think it's when you have a good team playing together, they all look better. For example, I was a big fan of Samponato years ago, right? And he got injured a bunch. And I was always like, Samponato is very talented. On this team, he's important and he's playing good.
Here's another one, Frank. Someone who I've never been a fan of, Baraghi. And now he actually plays well. Yeah. So
that's a good example. You know,
so
guys like Duncan.
The coach you make you play like that.
Guys like Duncan, right? That always showed some skill, but like never played consistency. Now they're playing good. In fact, we were surprised because Amrabat we thought was going to play better, but last year he stunk. This year he's kind of like
he's getting into it more, and even Castrovilli's playing more now. And
Castrovilli's playing better.
So they've made improvements all over the field.
Yeah, and when you see when I see a lot of people decline together, then it's not the individual, it's the coach. I see people elevate together, it's the coach.
You see, when the team play well, all the team play well.
Yes,
Well,
but how do you get the team to play well?
Yeah.
It's the coach.
So if you make them play, everybody help
Yeah.
each other. You
What
know,
are you doing? What are you doing in practice? Are you motivating them? You know, there's a lot.
Exactly.
The coach has a lot to do.
That's the coach.
except
When you
for
see it in the,
Dragowski.
and when you see the reverse, when you see everyone play the worst, individually, that means the coach is not doing a good job.
Yeah, they're
Right?
probably
It's the same
not
thing.
taking practice seriously. They don't.
And
They don't
this-
train right.
And this prove to you.
That Allegri sucks.
Allegri, besides Sachs, he make the first substitution under 75
If our producer's there, you can switch over to the Juventus game.
75 minutes. He don't watch the game.
Juventus beat Cagliari 2-1. They had to come back in this game because Pedro scored early.
Which, by the way, if we would have put him in the Italy game, I think he would have scored, like we said. But
It's a nice finish.
It was a very nice finish. Can I just say something about? I know because you guys are going to go off on this game, and I just want to say something, and I'll let you talk. As far as Dybala, and I know you're a big defender of Dybala, the guy spends way too much time on the ground. He turns the ball over. Juventus let them do the counterattack with no pressure. Chiellini's still backing up from that play.
Right.
That's how far.
No, that was a
they backed
foul.
up.
That was a foul.
It was a questionable play. They played.
No, it was a foul. And the referee,
but to Dan's point, okay,
He
it was
goes
like
down
shoulder to
all
shoulder.
the time.
He goes it down all the time.
I'm sick of it. I don't want to watch it.
They don't give him the call because he goes down like it's true. I love Dybala. He's hands down the most talented player Juventus has. Okay, he's the champion there, and now you got Vlahovic, right? But in the end of the day, as much as I root for that guy, I've been rooting him for forever. So many times where you need him to do something to make the difference, he messes up.
Yeah.
I
Frank,
don't want to watch it. It's terrible.
Frank, I tell you something. And you have to understand. The ball play good when he does the second punta. Now he go back a lot. Well, but look at the midfielder we have.
Okay, I understand that.
He has to go back to get some ball.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying.
And so if he has to go back to get the ball, he get tired. So he never is up.
Okay, so now we're making excuses.
This
The
is
midfield
coach.
sucks. He gets
It's
tired.
It's a coach. You know, this is coach. This is
Yeah.
the game we play.
Yeah, and he's a good example of, are we getting the top Dybala? No, that's on Allegri, right? That's on Allegri because the whole team, no one's playing their top. Is Vlahovic playing his top? No. So it's Allegri, right? Lowering the best.
Because of Vlahovic, you look like it's about when Morata was playing, he was helping him. But now Morata is not there. It's look by himself up there.
100%. And that, again, is Allegri, I say, not getting the most out of the players, right? But what I'm saying is with Dybala, I'm ready to turn the page because he clearly doesn't want to stay, right? So whatever. Dybala, he doesn't want to stay.
I don't agree with that. I think he wants to stay.
It's the team. It's a yellow company. They don't want it.
Yeah, they're treating him bad. I agree with that.
The morale, how he play. He has to go. He show when they score with Vlahovic. He show, he care. And a lot of people just start to say, Vlahovic is going to lose a lot without the ball.
I understand all that, but I also think that as much as I love the ball and we've loved him for a lot of years, there are certain champions that listen. There's times where Dybala has a chance to break the game with the goal, and he doesn't. I'm just being honest.
The team that suck.
Yes, but okay.
It's in the midfield. When you never midfield.
Yeah, but is the team taking his shots that are going way over the net and wide?
That's what I'm saying. The team sucks. But when he gets his chance, he still misses a lot of them.
Not because he gets so tired.
Okay, well, he gets tired. Then train better. What do you want me to do?
Just to try to put those midfield you have in the right spot, teach them what position they have to get. And play that game.
You're taking one argument that we're not disagreeing you with, and you're using it as a reason to defend Dybala for everything.
No, because I know it's good.
I know he's good too. I'm not saying
we all know he's good.
I know it's the whole time when you get the ball, you see something.
100%. I said he's a champion on the team.
It doesn't matter, dude. It's the same shit every week. How freaking boring is this team? No one
but
knows.
to change all the other team, know him.
I understand. Your point is
it's like now Vlahovic does score and you will send him away.
No, no.
Blame him.
No, I understand. You're saying that Dybala is not the problem because he's one with skill. We need more like him. That's what you're saying, which I'm not disagreeing you with. I'm just saying also it would be awesome if he helped his own case. Well, to Dan's point, if he got 2 shots in goal, he scored fucking one of them. Instead of going, I kick them both over the net every freaking week, right? Like the Baggio used to score. Del Piero used to score.
Whatever you say, I think the problem is a leg. Complete.
He takes it so personally.
100% Allegri is bigger problem.
100%. Automatically, the player didn't play the way they
I hate when he brings up this Allegri crap because he literally says the manager's overrated every week. So I don't understand it.
Yeah, well, he said... But no, we agree with everything he's saying. Allegri stinks. He's not getting the most out of the team. He's not even maximizing the crappy players he has. We agree that Dybala is a champion, and we need more players like Dybala. All I'm saying is we're 4 people on the team that really like Dybala. He makes it really hard to defend because it's like, dude, when you get yourself in a chance, score a goal, hit the net.
He's so frustrating to watch.
I understand, but play with that things in your head.
Yes.
The team doesn't want you.
Yes. You
have to live. And you have to show. You don't want to prove him
agreed.
Wrong.
Agreed. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
I have a question because I haven't been following the after the game stuff all that closely. But after Vlahovic's goal, Dybala went over, hugged him, and I don't know, there was maybe some tears or whatever. Do we know what Dybala said to him or no?
No. Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Do you know what Dybala said, Bob, when he went over?
No, he was happy because he made him score. And
it was his assist, by the way.
That's with the good game, with the good coach. You would have seen lots of those mistakes.
Agreed. Yes, 100%. If we had a good team and Dybala wasn't playing with the pressure of they don't want me here, I got to score on every touch because prove that I'm important, right? The team would be good. You would have Vlahovic and Dybala. You would have a really good attack. That's all true, but we're not in that scenario right now.
You know, that Canardi was one midfielder for your best Juventus. Mm-hmm. He played national team too.
We remember talking to
Ardi. He say Vlahovic and Dybala should play all the time together.
Do you remember Bertie?
God, Bertie. Ugh.
Wait, so no one's questioning that. The ball is never available. That's the problem.
It's never put the team together. You know, we are the worst team.
You can't rely on him. You can't rely on him if he's going to play 16 games a season. You can't do that. You can't pay him the highest on your team.
I'll ask you a question. Why we play so bad?
Because the players aren't good.
The players have to play in the midfield. We don't have a coach that make them play.
Yes. Okay.
Any coach would make them play better.
We're saying that, but I'm just saying again. I think if Dybala's missed that little bit of like just being more concrete consistently, where people could not deny he's the Pope there. You got to keep him, but he makes it hard because he misses half the games and the ones he plays.
So you agree with where Agnelli company? The ball should be out.
I do. I've been saying that for the entire year.
I would have built around him. I would have tried him. I wouldn't pay him more than he's making now.
Bayern, Rabiot makes
okay, but Rabiot is one problem, one mistake.
Bonucci makes 6 million, and you could take just on him.
No, that's
not what we're saying.
That's not what we're saying. But we're saying you also can't compound problems, right? Otherwise, you're like Paratici. Oh, I signed Ramsey for 7. Now I'll give Rabiot 7.
So you say the ball is a problem?
No, I'm saying they're trying to correct it. Unfortunately, his contract's up, so they're trying to hold the line with him.
Yeah, he's going to get the brunt end of it. That's the problem. Like, yes,
but you see, lately they didn't even made a proposal to him.
Yeah, they don't want him. Clearly, they don't want him. Yeah, they don't want him.
If they were to say, "All right, this is our budget. This is the way we want to play. Nobody make more than Vlahovic. So you stay with that salary." He would say yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. But
It's not Dybala that doesn't want to be there. It's the other end of it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if you're Dybala, why would you want to be there? I didn't see it, but like there was a rumor like when he came.
He liked to stay there.
But when he came, he got subbed off. Like they panned to Nedved, and he made some ridiculous like.
Oh really?
Shrug. I don't know. Someone said he made some ridiculous shrug, or like he was pissed off or something.
What do you mean shrug that Dybala got taken off?
No, just like he was pissed at him. I think. Like,
No,
why would you want to play for this team?
Because Nedved doesn't go along with
He's an asshole.
with Allegri.
Oh, Nedved doesn't like Allegri?
No, when they changed Allegri after the 5, he was Nedved.
Yeah, he was the one who pushed for Allegri.
So you're saying maybe he was mad, Chris, that Dybala got taken off?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I still don't like Allegri. I mean, Nedved. No.
Well, we don't really know what Nedved does there, right? I mean,
I couldn't tell you his role. I know he sits and talks to people, but I don't know if he makes any real decisions.
I think he's got good relationships with agents, pretty much.
Yeah,
Maybe, but his antics are just frustrating when you watch him in the stands. It's like, what kind of leader are you?
Yeah, but to the point, I mean, I think, could we didn't even talk on it. Could we say that the goal they took away from Juventus was absolute ridiculous?
Yeah, right, guys. I say something. Wait, I say something, right? You think the things when we talk bad about Allegri, it's just us who think that?
No.
Even Agnelli company, they think the same thing. Just they don't have guts. And they cannot say I made a mistake to give it 4 years to this guy.
5,
whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right. They can't say, "Hey, we changed our mind."
Oh,
especially, by the way, he was already a previous employee. He already coached on your team. This wasn't a guy you brought from the outside. You knew what he was about. So, like, don't tell me now, a year later, you're unhappy. He worked with you for how many years before? 5, 4? How many years did he work there?
I don't think there's any thought of him leaving anytime soon.
No.
So you guys don't have to worry about it.
They have a project 4 years, right? Show me all the young people you bring in. The Daniela company should say a little bit. Bring me all the young people.
Well, are they gonna do that?
No,
I don't even think they have the guts to do that.
Because they're wrong.
Let's talk about the rumored replacement for Dybala, which is Raspadori. Everyone's saying that he's going to be their target.
Listen, I like Raspadori. I'll tell you what, I almost would want Traore more with the team. I think I would.
They're different players. They're different
players, but I think Traore on the next to Vlahovic would work better.
Excited to have Raspadori is there with Vlahovic.
Traore, Raspadori, they're good. They're okay.
They'll work to get well together.
But the question is midfield.
Yes. We've been saying that for 12 years.
Until they don't fix that, we're not going to have a good team.
Right.
Let's go to the actual, because we didn't describe what the handball was. So
let's describe the goal they took away from Juventus. Juventus was down 1-0, and there was a cross that the goalie came out and basically punched out. It went to Pellegrini. Pellegrini took a shot, right, that hit Rabiot, right, and went in the goal. So they were celebrating like it was a goal. At first, you couldn't even tell it was deflected, but in slow motion, you see it hit Rabiot.
Rabiot was with the the goalie.
Yeah, I'm getting into that.
So like this, close.
Yeah.
So you say if he's there, let's say you have a defender that get the ball like that, you would call a penalty.
Well, no. So here's how the deflection actually happened. Pellegrini takes the shot. Rabiot turns away from the shot, facing the goal, right? So his back is towards the shooter, and his arms are against his sides, with actually his arms in front of him, right?
They're tucked in.
Tucked in.
Too close.
So the ball hits him on the back as he's turning away from a shot, right? Like on the side of the arm, which is tucked in. And they roll it out as a handball, which is, if that hit the defender, to Daddy's point, the arm would have been in his arm, right? Like against his body. So you can't even take. And by the way, he's turning away, not looking. So wait,
hold on. If that was the defender that turned and did that same exact thing, and the ball went into the net, do they call the penalty or do they let the goal stand?
No. I would hope they wouldn't call the penalty if it didn't go in the net.
They would have called penalty.
There would be no penalty on that. I mean, his arm was literally against his back with his arms tucked in front of him. Like, you can't take your shoulder off.
Yeah.
And it like,
it's a shitty call because you know there was zero intent and nothing he can do about
You
it.
know,
So it should stand.
You know what the ref say to the player? I didn't make the rule.
well,
You should have used your head.
well, here's the thing. It also, yes, the producer just made a good point. It was a goal on the field. The bad part was it went to VAR and then they took it away. So that means they watched it in slow motion several times and go, "Oh, it's a handball. Let me pull it away." Like,
but it did hit his arm, though. It didn't hit his back.
It hit his arm, but his arm was not outstretched at all. His arm was.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying that was their thought process. It hits the arm. And it goes in.
But where could he put his arm?
Nowhere. Nowhere.
He couldn't put his arm
like
anywhere.
this.
So, you can't put it anywhere, really.
You can't put it anywhere. So the rule itself, that is a perfect example of why the handball rule is ridiculously stupid. Because they wrote it in whatever way they wrote it. They said there's no it is. If it hits, it's a handball. Because that's clearly how the ref read that rule. And that was not a handball.
That wasn't a handball.
It wasn't a handball.
It sucks because there's literally nothing Rabiot could do differently without changing the outcome. So, like,
and we're lucky that Juventus won 2-1. Because what if Juventus would have lost 1-0 that game?
Yeah,
and they lose the Champions League.
And that's why you see Inter on that top.
Yeah,
you see Inter. If you see all the favor they did to Inter, you would be 10 points behind the Milan.
Oh, even the penalty for Zakaria that they didn't call versus Inter, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, what if Juventus would have lost because of that game and they lost the Champions League by 1 point and all the money and everything that means? That's just, you can't go to slow motion replay and come out with that call. Like, that is systematically broken. Like, you cannot look at that. Guys, if you're listening and you have not seen it, go find it on YouTube or somewhere. You watch the goal that was pulled away because of the supposed handball. Anyone that can honestly tell me that was a handball, please call in next week and we'll have a 1 hour debate because I would love to know what the guy is supposed to do. It doesn't make any sense. And you can't say we have replay and then go taking the goal away because you might as well not have replay then.
It's frustrating. Thank God they won and got the 3 points, but there's really nothing. Yeah. There's something they're going to look at, and they look at the end of every season. The handball rule and all these rules. I'm sure there'll be some little tweaks here and there. It'll still suck.
How about a tweak of like, hey, use your common sense, like Daddy said. Like, was there intent there? Was the guy even looking at the ball? Oh, by the way, could he have not hit it with his hand unless he chopped his arm off?
You see what the ref say? I didn't make the rule. That's bullshit.
Yeah, well, that means the rule is written in a way where they say there's no.
If the rule is wrong,
he enforces the rules. He didn't make the rule.
He enforces it. That means they must have ruled it where there's no gray area, right? Like if it hits, it's a penalty. But that's not again.
No, if it was some ref with some logic, he would have give it the goal. Hey, give a fuck the rule.
VAR makes the final. Well, they made the final call.
That's a goal. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, VAR made the call on it. Our producer Dom saying handball should be for handling. He didn't handle the ball. Are you taking the literal? Only the hands could be the handball. Is that what you're saying? I don't know.
It hit him, which again talks about the intent, which is why I argue they should have. It used to be for an intentional handball.
It's at the shoulder. He took the shoulder.
First of all, this wasn't even an outstretched arm, right? This wasn't an outstretched arm. If it was an outstretched arm and he was still not looking and it hit him, I'd still say it was a goal.
Guys, I gotta admit, I zoned out for the last 10 minutes.
Let's move on. Like I said, this rule sucks. They're gonna change it. They'll tweak it. It'll still suck next year. There's nothing.
But you do realize the way the rule is written right now, someone with skill could literally dribble into a box and scoop the ball into the defender's arms and get 3 or 4 penalties a game.
Are you talking about Alexandra? Yeah.
Think about it. If you're really good, you could literally dribble and scoop the ball into someone's hand and go penalty. I'll take another one. Penalty. You could just keep doing that because there's no intent. I'm just going to scoop the ball into your hand over and over again. They should do that instead of diving at the end of the game.
Producer Dom, can you throw up the scores for the rest of the games?
No one wanted to comment on my.
I didn't expect. We already talked about it for 15 minutes. No, I didn't expect us to talk about that handball for 15 minutes.
Why not?
Well, run down the scores for the rest of the week. If you have any comments about any games, throw them out there. Empoli, Spezia, man, 0-0. What a game. thriller. Yeah, it wasn't good. We had Lazio beat Genoa 4-1. Immobile had 3 goals, so he's now the leader of the over Vlahovic, 24-22 goals, I think it is. You had Sassuolo upsetting, if you can call it an upset. So Atalanta 2-1.
This game was great. It was really fun to watch. It was. Did you guys watch this?
I watched it. Yeah.
Sassuolo.
Yeah. I thought it was just a nice open game, right? And like Atalanta, all the problems they have.
Yeah, but Atalanta's not the one.
No, they're not. They're not at all. But I was more giving credit to Sassuolo. Like Traore is going to be great. Like Juventus had an option on him. The Twins reminded me that we didn't.
He was Juventus player.
Yeah, we had a full option to buy him. That expired. So
I'm pretty sure that expired. So they don't have the first option to buy, I don't think, anymore. I think that expired.
Because I picture if you can't have the ball on your team, I was picturing watching this game, a Vlahovic at center forward with the Chiesa on one side and a Traore on the other, and I was picturing being very dangerous against every team, right? Because you have, but regardless, that ship has sailed. But I just thought Sassuolo plays a good game. They really are. They're like the new Atalanta, because Atalanta isn't Atalanta anymore. Right, they're in there. Talk about decline. This year was major decline for them.
No, and you saw how they got beat for the 1 goal. I mean, the counter attack. Atalanta leaves himself exposed constantly, and then this team can capitalize on that.
I think what I think about the Gasperini, but I think something's wrong with the team, right?
Yeah,
the player. I don't think they are the same player we knew.
Well, they finally got Zapata back, so that's helpful. He didn't have a strong game. Muriel scored, but at least he's back.
But Daddy's right. They
don't play the way they used to.
And when I said mid-season or whatever, that I think we saw the end of Atalanta, I was hoping I was wrong, but it was so true. Like they have to rebuild. To me, I see this team. They have to rebuild the whole cycle.
I think they're having a tough season, but they'll be fine next year.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so because you know why I don't think so, because they're going to sell a 2-3 player.
No, I think they're going to retool, and I think they have people to bring up, and I think they will buy too. Atalant's not in just the sell mode anymore. They have enough money.
They don't have Champions League money next year.
But they're the team that makes money, Frank.
Yeah, they literally are in the green, in the black, whatever you want to call it, and they have a good youth system.
Yeah.
And they have an owner now who they just got bought by Americans. They have money to invest. They're not going to be just sell.
Who bought them again from America?
I don't know. They bought 50% of the team for
they
whatever.
Take the middle, the Real Madrid ones.
Okay, and they're going to make a killing on that.
So let me ask you something though. Didn't they lose Sartori though? What's his name?
Yeah, he's going to come to Juventus.
Let's hope he comes to Juventus. I mean, that's going to have. You think it's going to have no effect on them either if he's really been helping build that team? I'm just saying, all these little bullet wounds, right? Like they add up a little bit. Like you can't just. We saw it happen now. I hope they play good next year, but I think it's a big jump to just go. They're going to go back to the level that we were like so impressed with them. That's going to take a while, right? To get the new. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, because you have to think all the players, they are a little bit older now.
They're a little bit older. They're not, they're coming off of like, I don't know, the way they played for 2 straight years, but they were one of the best teams in Europe.
Maybe they're tied to run now.
Could be.
Let's not forget they are still in the Europa League too, and they're 1-1 in the first leg after the first leg.
Yeah, but even with the European League, they didn't play the way they knew.
Yeah, but they can still win that and get to the Champions League.
Does that get them to the Champions League?
Yeah, that's an automatic bid to the Champions League.
No, let's hope they win it.
If they win.
Yeah,
let's hope they win it.
Plus, they're getting money from that each time they play and all that. They have a plan at least still. Hopefully, that plan stays intact and they can keep going with whoever leaves.
If you're arguing which organization would you bet on being run well, I still say Atalanta. I just don't know if they're going to go back to the top without a lot of stuff happening. You know what I mean? In terms of what they do on the field. It may take 1 or 2 years to.
If you think about, you see this, they drop a lot. A lot of people they go on top of them.
I think they're in 8th place now.
Lazio, Roma, they're on the 9th place, I think.
Actually, they were not even in Europe right now, right?
No, that's why they need that Europa League to pan out.
The chance they have to win the Europa League.
On the Sassuolo side, I mean, this team is going to get ripped apart. I mean, they're going to get benefited because they're going to get tons of money, but
You
all
think
of
they're
these
gonna
guys,
get? You think they're all gonna leave?
I think at least 5 of their starters are gone next year.
Which 5 do you think they're gonna leave?
I mean, Scamacca, Raspadori, Traore, Berardi, Frattesi, Lopez. I think 6 are gone.
You think Berardi too? You think Berardi?
I think Berardi would leave. Yeah,
I think he wants to go somewhere bigger.
I think Berardi would kill on Napoli. He would kill on Milan. That's where he needs to go.
Berardi, you know, he never want to go to Juventus.
Yeah. We had him, right? Didn't we
no,
have him?
He never want to go because he didn't feel up to stay.
I think he would be so good on Napoli and Milan.
Well, to replace Insigne, especially.
Well, they play different sides, but
I know, but to say
the right wing for Milan has been freaking awful this year. That's their one position that they miss. If they had him there, they would run away with the title.
Who? Napoli?
If Milan had Berardi.
Oh, Milan.
They would have ran away with it this year.
Yeah, but there's someone who can pass, score.
If they keep one out of those 6 players, I'd be surprised.
Well, that's going to be bad if they lose even 3.
I mean, they're going to make over $150 million from that. That's going to they're going to make a lot of money.
Frank, you talk about Atalanta with the Vavaio. Why about Sassuolo? Maybe they know how to get people.
Yeah, they may too.
Yeah,
they do.
That's true. But it's the same argument, right? Like, can they replace let's say they lost 5 or 6 of those guys, and you bring in some talented young players. Are they all going to be up to the same level the first year?
No, they're going to dip.
If the coaching is the same,
yeah, maybe. I mean, Frattesi is the first year, right? They got
because
a lot of him. But
I think one thing, the idea when you have under 23 Primavera, they should all play one style. As a matter of fact, Barcelona, the Cantera, they play the same style the first team.
Yeah, that'd be a smart way to do it.
No, we cannot say that. Oh, let's just say play all the team, Juventus team play the same stuff because Allegri suck. You know what I mean? We don't have no game.
Yeah. Udinese beat Venezia 2-1. They scored a 94th minute goal to steal the win over there. Well, not steal it, but they got the win. Rome was down 1-0 to Salernitana on a beautiful free kick goal, and then they scored 2 late goals to win 2-1 Rome. They have the best record in like the last 10 games at any team in the league. And Bologna beat Samp today 2-0. Samp is so bad to watch. It infuriates me how bad they are. And that's all the games. Arnautovic had 2 goals, I think.
Bologna won today.
Yeah, they won today. Down throw up. Yep, there you go. The table. So actually, that right side of the table, there wasn't one change. Everything is exactly the same. Bottom 3 to 11 through 20 is exactly the same. On the left side, you have Milan, Inter, Napoli, Juventus. So Inter move up a spot. Only 2 points behind Milan and have a game in hand. So in theory, could end up with more points just in that makeup game. Then you have Rome in 5th, Lazio in 6th, Fiorentina moved up to 7, and Atalanta now, like we said, is down to 8. Sassuolo and Verona round out the top 10.
Atalanta.
Yeah, they gotta pick it up. 8th place. That's terrible.
That is terrible.
3 of us picked Atalanta to win the league this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Not me.
Not you.
We're good.
Nobody had Napoli in the top 4, I don't think.
I did.
We did it?
You did?
I think we did.
I also had Inter at 6, I think.
Yeah, you did. But Atalanta's got to step it up. Go to our predictions. So this was a terrible week for all of us. I think Chris and I were the only people who picked up points. I got 2 points because I got 2 games correct, and Chris got the Sassuolo Atalanta game exactly correct. So he got 2 points there. So
I picked Atalanta. I could have sworn I thought it was Sassuolo. That was stupid.
No, I'm pretty sure you picked Atalanta. So Chris has 58. I have 56. Frank has 50, and Daddy's got 48 points.
It's close.
So we're going to look at the games this week, and we're each going to pick a game. We're going to pick the result. We're going to pick the winner, and we're going to pick the score. You get 1 or 2 points based off that. We're 0 like we do most of the time because we suck.
Hey, Alexa, did you see what he said about
Yeah,
Immobile?
Immobile
She's right.
Seriously,
Immobile
the guy has like 200 goals in Serie A. He can't score 2 in freaking for Italy.
Yeah. So if our producer could throw up the schedule, there it is. All right. Who would like to pick the first game? I haven't really looked at these. So
Juventus Bologna, 2-1 Bologna.
Cool.
What's your reasoning, Chris?
I hate Juventus.
That's good enough. What do you say?
Well, Juventus Bologna.
Yeah.
3-0.
Putin in the chat saying 2-0 Bologna.
3-0.
I'm saying a 1-1 draw actually for this game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 1-1 draw. I am. That's legit.
I just like his reaction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2-0 Juventus.
Wow. Okay. Bologna has a hard time scoring, so that's very possible. Somebody else pick a game. Anyone?
I'm looking.
I take a Spezia Inter.
Spezia Inter. Okay.
1-1.
Inter's dropping points. What's your reason? What's your reason for this?
Spezia play good.
The reason is that he hates Inter.
I like it. I like the
3-0 Inter.
I'm saying 2-0 Inter. Frank?
Spezia's home.
Like that's gonna factor into your decision.
It is.
It's a factor, sure. It's a
What the hell? I'll go 1-1 too. Screw it. I don't care about our little bet. I just want to see Inter lose.
Chris and I will gain
Putin
points.
is saying 1-0 Providel scoring.
No, she's saying she likes Providel. Providel's a good goalie. He makes a nice
goalie.
Yeah, he makes.
Well,
he
she
makes
put
good
one,
saves.
it says like Providel 1-0. I'm like,
I think she misspelled Provolone. That's why.
Hey, we're to better. I cannot even see that. I cannot.
Well, make it. Our producer will make it bigger for you.
Jeez.
All right. Okay, I'll pick one. Lazio Torino. I'm gonna say 2-1 Torino.
That's a good game. Lazio Torino. Torino's away. They suck away.
2-2.
2-2. Chris, what do you say?
3-2 Torino.
I'm saying 2-1 Torino actually, or 1-2 if you want to read it the correct way. I think Torino. They're not going to disappoint me. They're going to pull it out.
Lazio not going to lose.
So we all pick Torino, huh?
Oh, I have no faith in
No,
Lazio. I don't like them.
I say 2-2.
I'm going to pick. I guess I'm going to pick Napoli-Rome. This is a huge.
Probably the best game of the week.
Napoli Rome.
This is the biggest game of the week. I mean, Napoli loses this game or drops any points, they can kiss first place goodbye. Rome is one of the hottest teams in the league, and
in Europe,
and they're fighting for that fourth spot. You know, they still have an outside chance of that. If I knew if Zalewski was playing or not, I would go with my choice here. No, I mean I don't know if he's starting. And Spinazzola's on the bench now. Just a heads up.
The moral support.
Tomorrow I say 2-1 Napoli.
Oh, wait, I didn't even get to pick. All right, I'm picking 2-1 Napoli as well.
I'm actually saying 2-1 Rome.
I'll say 2-2.
All right, this guy's kicking me off the air. He's saying, "Let's move, let's go." You guys have anything else to add?
Oh, me?
No, on anything. Anything else to add?
No?
All right. If you're still listening, like, subscribe, favorite, share it with your buddies. Follow us on everything and enjoy the games. There's no Sunday games because of Easter, right?
Are you kidding?
No Sunday games.
Saturday they play.
It's Saturday. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Monday. I think.
Yeah.
Happy Easter.
I don't know the exact schedule, but I know there's 0 Sunday games. So we will see you next Monday, and hopefully Inter will be in first place by then.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
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 Bye.